What's up, guys? Back in today with more Liar Game, this time of episode 4, I believe. Good episode last time out. Wasn't a massive fan of the conclusion of the first arc, we call it. I mean, it was in character for sure, but I'm not a fan of that guy, just kind of getting away with things. Again, he did go through some mental torture, to be fair to him, but yeah, and now we're kind of even deeper in the shit, to be honest, aren't we? With this new game starting out, which we don't quite know the premise for yet. We know it's minority rule. They explain some of the rules, but we don't actually know what it's kind of centered around, if it's like debating or what. But yeah, should be interesting. Lots of people involved in this one. All had gone through the first game. Sorry, just to, I didn't even speak about this last week. I've literally actually just thought of that. I did mention the fact that everybody here passed the first game. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, everybody here passed the first game, yet they still decided to take part in this one, even though they could. I'm assuming, again, I'm not sure if this is exactly the case, but with our main character, she won the 200 million, was it? Obviously, again, she gave it to the guy, but everybody here won that 200 million, and they could have paid half of that to not be involved, yet they still got involved in this, which is really intriguing. I think that's the case anyway. I could be wrong about that, but even with that money won, they still decided to take part in this next game, which is rather intriguing. I wonder if they were coerced into it, like our main character was by that employee. I wonder if they had people maybe undercover pushing them into it. But yeah, I didn't even think about that before. That's, yeah, again, we knew that they all won the last game, so they're going to be, maybe a few of these guys be a bit sneaky, be a bit schemy and a bit dodgy, a bit selfish. But yeah, see, actually, even the case that maybe they're that desperate for money, maybe they just like the game. Like, personally, if I won that first game, I'd take my winnings and leave. There will only be one winner. Wait, sorry to pause yet again. Did he say the most votes win? Surely the least votes should win, right? What was this? Presented with a binary question. I'm gonna sound so stupid. What the fuck is a binary question? Like a simple equation? A simple question. Each player will cast a vote yes or no. The answer that receives the fewer votes. Okay, yeah. Sorry, guys. I need to switch on. I need to switch on my Liar Game helmet. Yeah. Lots of details in these. It kind of feels a bit like Classroom of the Elite in that sense. Got a lot of details to pay attention to in the first couple episodes of an arc. Okay, so that vote is not minority vote. Okay. The game is, but the voting for the people aren't. Okay. Okay, so there is a perfect scenario where both of our main characters do win this. Maybe. Well, should be pretty easy. feel like you can still get around that, no? Just because you reverse the rules, essentially, that would also therefore reverse the actions of your plants. um, I feel like you could still do that. I don't know. But as I said, I'm interested to see what these binary questions he says. What he says are. Do, 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 do. Rats. I know I say this a lot, but it really is a surprise. I was really surprised to see Yorishika do it, the opening for this series. My lads, my good lads. They look like a good bunch of lads, don't they? Well, maybe some of them don't look like a good bunch of lads, but you can tell they're nice. It kind of reminds me of Hostel 3 a bit, which is a terrible movie. But what he says there kind of reminds me of that. Like a woman? No. Some guy. Some guy with some shades on indoors. Yeah, I'm still wondering. Oh wait, I think. Did they mention why he was able to get in here? I think that was one of the big questions I had last week. Oh, I got food around my mouth. Apologies, guys. Should probably check out who else out of order. I did scoff down a donut. Oh, did he take her place? Surely he's not going to get away with that. Damn. Holy, that fucking sucks. Who the hell was that then? One of these guys, at least one of these guys in here. I said earlier, they're all willingly here, for better or for worse. Some people again maybe desperate for money, but some motherfucker here, at least one person here, is a dirty little scumbag who stole this woman's money. One of these guys here. Who do you reckon? Obviously not. mean, I think the red-haired guy's out of the equation. I think he's pretty safe. I mean, he could wear a disguise, but yeah, we don't really get a good look at him. He looks really normal from the slight bit of head we do see. But that fucking sucks. That does. Who the hell? Wow. It's also amazing someone was ingenious enough. Like, yeah, they're a scumbag, but honestly, pretty genius of them to come here prepared for this. If you know what I'm saying. Like, they came here with the intentions of somebody's gonna come here to drop out the game. So, I'll be sneaky motherfucker and steal their money, and then leave them in the shit. Unfortunately. Again, disgusting thing to do, but you got to commend the brains behind it. But yeah, I wonder who that. I mean, we can rule out the woman as well, I assume. So some dirty little scumbag here, a real scammer. That's crazy. One of these rats. Oh, okay. So you could like give your. You could give your invitation to someone else. Okay, it's pretty lenient, actually. Okay, so that explains probably the biggest question I had last week of how the hell he got here. Oh, practice. Okay. This is just a practice, so she haven't got to be too nervous. Fucking hell. Surely someone would be an absolute bastard and just take 6 hours every time just to wait the other people out. Sorry, I did just miss that because I was yapping. But yeah, you know somebody's going to be a rat here and just be like, well, you know what, I'm going to wait 6 hours every time. I'm just going to wait out my opponents and just, yeah, play the long game. Annoy everybody. Rattle them so they start making bad decisions. You know that's going to happen. Like 6 hours is an extremely long time to answer a yes or no question. Certo. But you've got to be in the minority. That doesn't actually mean anything. Because if you're a dude, you're gonna put that you're a woman. You're gonna say that you're a woman if you're a dude because you want to be in the minority. No, you should have actually said you're a dude. There's going to be way more women than men, I think, isn't there? Yes, 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 yes. I think we're going to see a lot of yeses here. Oh, I know you were. I'm not. It's interesting to see that in the practice, though. You think if they were smart enough, they'd not. I don't know. This is it's like bluffing, double bluffing, triple bluffing. Like it's really yeah. Depends how smart your competitors are, I guess. This game, doesn't it? Yeah. Really intriguing, this actually, isn't it? Really intriguing. I will say the yes or no aspect makes it a little less interesting because there's only two potential answers. So I'd maybe like three or four. That would make it even more interesting. But I guess it is, yeah. Very unlikely. I will say also that the question doesn't even actually matter that much, does it? You could say essentially the question is pointless. Well, you can't go. That's also really annoying. You can't actually sleep for more than 6 hours. But yeah, like I said, the questions are essentially pointless, though, right? But essentially, it's just a game of like pick the door. The question doesn't actually matter that much. No, there's no right or wrong answer. You've just got to be in the answer that most people aren't picking, and it's a 50-50 opportunity every time. If you're stupid enough to actually comprehend the question, it's pointless, right? Like, yeah. This game's actually really simple. There can be incredible depth to it, I think, if they made different rules to it. But again, in actuality, this is a very simple game of luck, right? As I was just saying, I feel like this game would again just boil down to pure luck. No, I think there are ways you can make this really interesting. Like if you have to get like again, maybe if there was more answers and there was like incentive to get the answer correct, or um yeah, but just in the way this is set up, it's just like if I ask the question of we'll say again just for easiness' sake, do you, who we can't uh, again for easiness we'll just say, are you a man? Um, from now that everybody's got the gist of how it works in the first one, you'd then think, well, I've got to vote with the initial thinking we saw in the first one. You'd have to guess, you'd have to say no because you want to be in the minority of the woman. But everybody's going to think that, so you're actually going to say yes and be in the minority because everybody thinks. But then you'll catch on to that, and then you'll vote the other one. But then if you think ahead of that, you then vote no. I think I don't think this is quite as interesting as it's made out to be. Although I feel like they're gonna it is gonna be interesting because there is gonna be not an incentive, but they are gonna want to like answer. I don't know. I don't really know how they're gonna make this interesting. What I'm trying to say here, as goes no, because yeah, like I said, it just boils down to a 50-50, right? The question doesn't matter at all. It's just voting in the minority of answers, but who's going to want to tell people what they're voting for? And who's to say they're telling the truth? And yeah, this seems like much more of a game of luck than anything to me. But maybe I'm looking at it through the wrong perspective. I don't know. Feels very luck based. I imagine a few people will have that thought process, but yeah. And what good would that do? Excuse me. What good would that do? Well, it's down to luck. I think. Who knows? Help me! Bless her, man. Pretty shifty down here, isn't it? Yeah, he's just keeping an eye on people, isn't he? She's a lovely girl, so I think she'll have no issues getting along with people. You approach that guy first out of everyone. That's the guy you approach first. Bloody hell. Whole family? The fuck? So yeah, this guy's still in debt, hence he's here again. It's that fucking word again. I love that word. Jin Jin bye bye. Jin Shin bye bye. I gotta look that up. I mentioned that. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday in the Sengoku Nippon Sengoku reaction. Was it Jin Shin bye bye? Is it like bye bye as in goodbye? Jin Shin bye bye. Japanese. Was it Shin Shin bye bye? Human traffic. We'll type human trafficking. But yeah, I just find that so funny because it just Jinshin and then just bye bye. It's just like you go bye bye, and that's the word they use for human trafficking. Sounds a bit like childlike. That'd be nice if I had it in the Romanji, so I can actually read it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Jinshin bye. Oh, it's bye bye as in AI, but BAI BAI. I wonder why it's called. Yeah. Because a jin is usually like a Nihon jin, like I'm from Japan. Is what that means? Like that's usually where you're from. It's usually like in regards to like a person. So it's like person go bye bye. That's what it's like. I think that's what it is. Genuinely, I could just be talking nonsense, but I always find that so funny. Person go bye bye. Human trafficking. One of those sounds a lot rougher, and a lot harsher. I guess they're both accurate though. Jin bye bye. Oh, what are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? Telling us you're gonna be fucking sold. So got a lot of naive people here, which is good. He's used that pretty well there, hasn't he? They're gonna sell me. What, that fucking guy, man? Why did he sell her that? Is there? I feel like that's not the case. Unless you mentally manipulate all of these people, or a huge majority of these people, which is ironic considering this is minority rule. Maybe we need to subconsciously lead their minds to an answer. Is he going to try and get everyone to vote an even amount? Is he going to get everybody to vote split the vote every time? That's not going to work. If that's what he's thinking, because you can't rely on all these people. One person might just decide to be an asshole. Using a team to make minorities. Okay. But again, there's no guarantee this person will keep their word. The person that makes it to the final, right? So yeah, this does give your team a pretty good chance to win overall. Again, it's not guaranteed. And it's not guaranteed that they'll even split the money properly. Okay, I mean, again, it's a pretty damn good strategy. But it's not a surefire thing. I should work that out quickly. Okay, now I'm pretty good at maths, so I wouldn't be able to work that out that quickly. It's not foolproof though, is it? Yeah, it works on trust. It also works on the fact that you were even able to get 8 people together to join a team in the first place. That as well, yeah. There's some kind of scammer here. They've got a get out of jail free card. Which would be a nice position to be in. Be a very nice position to be in. And that's the biggest issue here, isn't it? It's probably a man. But you never know. And that's all we have to go off. Again, it's not 100%. That's not 100%. But we're not taking your word. No, I'm not trusting you with this. I don't know about that. Again, I like it should be a young man, but you never know. You never know. That was impressive. You got a cute face. Better. So that one at the front is very suspect. Accent Jukoda. So yeah, this plan definitely is not without its issues, and I almost feel like because it's so obviously a young man, it's probably actually just like the minority rule game, actually more likely to be one of the women that maybe scammed that woman. Almost feel like I feel like he should be onto that as well, right? Considering he's a master of disguise, like his whole like a big thing of his is disguising as other people. Like surely he should recognize that it very well could be a woman. But yeah, I guess this is a bit more interesting than 50-50 chance as I described it. There is a bit more to it, to be fair, actually. But still, though, you're relying on other people's kindness and honesty. Where this is a game that is about the complete opposite. Look at the name of the show. But yeah, really interesting episode. Liked it a lot. Would I be able to come up with a good plan for this? No, I'd just ride my luck. Honestly, I'd just be like, fuck it. I'm just gonna have to go off a vibes-based pick, luck my way to victory. How many? Like that's the thing. You don't. There's not a set number of votes. I guess. Like because yeah, there's not any set number of votes because you could win on the first one if everybody picks a certain one and one person picks the other. There could be one vote. There could be hundreds. And obviously the more votes there are, the less chance you have of winning. But that honestly would be quite funny if this just ended on the first vote. It definitely won't, but that would be quite funny. Well, we know for sure it won't if they do continue this plan because they plan to split the vote every time, and that is a pretty damn ingenious plan. As I said, there are multiple more layers than I did expect. I did mention the fact that yeah, on the surface of it, the question doesn't matter. It's essentially a 50-50 pick, and it still is essentially a 50-50 pick. But there is a way you can guarantee as a team you can win that 50-50. It's just yeah, there's still issues to that, but that is. Yeah, I mean, I haven't massively thought about it. Don't get me wrong, but I couldn't really think of a better plan than that, to be honest. again, there's maybe some kind of psychological tricks. I know a lot of magicians, like a Darren Brown, or there's a lot of magicians out there that are really fucking skilled with manipulating people's minds into doing unconscious actions and stuff like that. So I feel like if you were that way inclined, this could be a really good challenge for you to kind of subconsciously manipulate people's choices. And I feel like the questions would have more use to them in that case, because you could maybe play with people's minds from reading the question, like, is so and so a dirty cheating scumbag? And some people might be, just with how they are, like our main character here, would be inclined to say no, because again, the answer doesn't really matter, but because she is so nice, she would much more likely to say that they're not a dirty cheating scumbag. If that makes sense. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say there. But yeah, really good episode. Like I said, just kind of setting out the, I mean, we still haven't really even started, but just having a little practice run, which is really, that was really helpful, to be honest. I'm glad they've done this little practice run before we actually started things. Getting to know a few of the characters, seeing that woman get scammed at the start, which is ruthless. Poor woman. Hopefully we can do something for her though. And yeah, like I said, pretty damn ingenious kind of workings out of guaranteeing a win here. It's just, it's not quite guaranteed. This is maybe as close to it, but yeah, there's also that, again, another interesting element of the scumbag being here somewhere. So really excited to see more of this. Great concept, and much more interesting. I kind of shat on it a little bit towards the start of the episode, just like, oh, it's not actually that interesting. I mean, again, I'm not sure it is gonna. I'm still really not sure if it is gonna be that interesting to see it play out, because it is just going to be a bunch of people saying yes or no, and then just, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going to be that interesting. I feel like the most interesting stuff is going to be this, like the planning around it and the guarantees and getting to know the people and the stuff surrounding the game rather than the game itself. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But honestly, I wasn't, again, during the first side of the episode, as you heard, I wasn't massively impressed actually about like the prospects of this game being that interesting, but certainly heightened the second half of the episode. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. Let me know what some of your guys' theories and thoughts as to how to approach this game would be in the comments as well. I'd love to hear that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a good rest of your day, guys.